Welcome to this mini lecture on the background portion of your introduction for the introduction part of your paper. So for your research proposal, the introduction piece, you start with an introduction to the introduction. So you give an overview of what the proposal is going to cover. Then you go into the background of the paper. So here is where you give a historical context, a social context, the theoretical framework, and the related literature. Those all fit into the background section of the introduction. For the historical context, this is a place where you set the stage in terms of how the problem, issue, or phenomenon began. So if you're studying how we look at individuals aging out of the foster care system, you will then start with one of the acts that maybe ended up, the Casey life skills assessments, when that started and how we started looking at helping the individuals age out of the foster care system. You don't need to start with when time began, when foster kids or foster care started, or kids first entered foster care. You can start with a time of when we started looking at the specific phenomenon that you are looking at researching. For the social context, in this section describe how your topic that you are studying impacts or is impacted by the social systems around it. So for example, if you're studying the homeless population, so what is the impact of the community norms and the laws on the homeless? And on the other side, how are the homeless impacting the community in which they live? So talk a little bit about, like I said, the social context of how your population affects society and how society affects your population or the phenomena you're studying. In the theoretical framework section, so here include the name of the theory, the developer, the origin of the theory or source of the theory, and how the theory applies to your topic. This is an overview and does not have to be as lengthy as the section in the lit review part. Overview of related literature. This again is basically an overview of the literature that they will go more in depth in the lit review. So it's basically, you might want to start by putting headings that describe your lit review paper and use those as a start. But again, think overview. This is not the whole lit review. This is basically a summary of the literature review that they were going to see. So I hope this gives you some ideas to get started. Often thing is best to just try it out, start writing, and things come together.